very much, Press Secretary. Your Excellency, colleague ministers, me family and Jabba men that we there on a good afternoon. Well, all they are, because it's necessary that we meet from time to time. This particular meeting, overdue, particularly this particular group of people, we don't meet with other groups, but the Jabba men, they don't meet on the schedule. So when this time comes for meet with different groups, we decided that we are forced to meet with you in the Western area. So apologies if we don't meet you now for so long a time now. We are not meeting you now because there is a problem at time, but because we not been that chance yet. It was already scheduled for meeting tonight. Family will not say when this thing happened on August 10th, whether it's still they happen. Would they listen for who sided as government? This government are going, we will listen different people there. There are people who they talk say there's information gap, we need to engage, for dialogue, everything. Yes, but to some extent they may be correct, but not to all extent.
See, President Bio is a very you don't travel and achieve them and pass every president in this country. About 80% of the chiefdoms where they don't go, they don't talk to the first place where they ever go there. And in all those communities where they go, they see where they do community engagement. Telling the people that what they happen at the world, what they do, and which effort they make necessary for reduce the world. See, so you don't they meet with different groups before now. We don't meet with Okada Rider, we don't meet different groups there. But these people where they talk say there's information gap, they are citizens, they are Sierra Leoneans, maybe they also mean well. So, as a listening government, and as part of our own strategy, we also do your introspection. We say we need to do more. We need to do more as a government. Whether we don't talk, we need to talk more, and we must be seen to be doing more. So that make we decide as a government say that can be our strategy for resolve this problem, for make sure we have consolidated the peace now. Luckily, people in the back house they say talk back. That was the way. If the way they feel, let's say talk again, let's just go ahead. So if we kaya today, this is part of our public engagement. And Bunayon now at this level for that presidential level. The president can't give a recount of which are the incident, which effort you don't make, and other thing then from there we read from una two una executive some suggestions. We note all the suggestions, then later on we strategize, we put a strategy together, how we go consolidate the peace. President Bio, now the man that will start peace process there, and a peace scholar. No we know the undermine a peace. Is prepared and determined at any rate, whatever length he has to go to make sure there is peace reign in this country. So for Nadia today, one in recognition of your role you play in communities and peace process, and for level now say get an opportunity for input into this big program we want to design. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Chief Minister. Like the Chief Minister say, the President in self now request say he want to engage with Tuna as a part of a process where he will get for engage in a couple of weeks. So therefore, on that note, now my pleasure now for make invite His Excellency the President for make a just key opening remarks and talk to Una. His Excellency the President.
The Chief Minister, Ministers of Government, we chief them in other important people at the Teruna. Good afternoon. Last week we get a situation where make we all worry. I don't talk on radio, but I decide to say I did dissect the society and begin for talk to again in different groups there. What to begin actually, because as how the Chief Minister say, we don't go around this country. And I don't go plenty inside this country. Because me, I believe say, where you govern, you want to sabi you people them. You for engage them, you for talk to them. That way that you go know what you do, we not right. What you do for, what you need for do more. And it thinks them where the people, the society itself want. You go get a feel. So now that make, however then talk say road bad. Once people then did it at the worker, at the travel, at the go they miss herself. Now for me get with man call first-hand information. What happened last week? Now be an unfortunate, one of the most unfortunate situations we don't get since the end of the war. We group of people they organize young people then for commot, not for protest, but for kill, damage, and for thief. I think so we don't pass that age there. But for try for work, for make the country go before, which we call development every day. And development, you know, they ever can lead on a house. Not the way they work for. Magic no depend on. You get for ready for them, you prepare and engage in activities, then you go see the benefit at the end. God says way make we. It make you, it give you sense, it give you hands there, and it provide all these many resources available. But you know they ever take I go put on your house. The one when I die, I'm away some man they dig, they hide that. We say they dig there. You don't gain before you see them. Gold. The fruits itself. Besides the white fruits that you get for work for them. But I think we get a mentality say, government get all that in there, and if a brand can host to we, they put on a plate give. Some people then that mentality they we get. And that development now overnight they happen. We get this leader, we can no more. We sit down here, Chinese man, then plant, then rest, then put on a ship, then clean and fine. We reach now, we say, no, we are not for sale, and so, now so we want them. Salomon, we want them easy. And all country we don't reach that side, we say with the benefit, then the benefit today, they all don't work hard. Then I make who come, what we know say, one of the ways them, we go make any country prepare for go before in the world we did today. Now for make you get education, make you get skills then. Education not just mean for me then call we doctor, we learn book till then call we doctor. Now for make you know waiting then at the world and how you go be part of that. Make you get your own skills then. If you sabi make bike, you get money. If you sabi sew, you make money. If you sabi make fridge, you make money. If you sabi make air conditioner, you make money. So all them things there, now they will put together. We will say human capital development. How we able develop your own people there first. Because development now people then they do them, and for many people then do and they get for prepare themselves. And the only way they prepare them are for giving that education. So everything what would they do? It not go happen overnight. The result we know they see them tomorrow. But if we say that tomorrow result no more we they fed for, we know they go before. Not the big one then, as Parliament choose the tribal heads them, we now know already, say, now this world, you get for labor before you expect. We get for teach with people then this one. And that I know they happen. Last week, we get people them, we say, tin don't trang up a smack. Now that they say. Then they come on. They don't plan this thing. But we also know, say, politics they behind this. And we all be don't agree in this country, say, we own form of government, not democracy. We are not just be chiefs them. And people they point to now. And people they respect to now and believe in now and know say they one day they go provide leadership. And when they don't put you don't go just grab a few people there where you not glad or you don't pass case, you don't deal with a particular case, then small one then grab no more. No, we don't want this chief today for go. If not done with the pan, a chaos no more, go then at this world. We will not chief them. Every day we they do things that way some part of we society not like. Even when you court case, The other people there, where you find guilty, they know they ever like you. They very well know say they're wrong, but they know they ever like you. We say, man, people they not pass here. So man, they will not just like other. If they hate you forever, they just want to do what they want to do. And any society will say order not they. This way will be fed for what we call development. Progress in order ever come. Now order for the any society for make development itself come. When I see what happen, Salon, sit down overseas, he get all the protection with the left hand. Now we fumble. Somebody they will sabiam. And then it they support violence. And we know say it belongs to a group. They will all sit down. Now in the cause, in one and few other one day, they call. We've been there in opposition. We've been there in opposition here. Time become, if I say make the whole city come out with we forever do them. But not to we that one day. We say election. Now we go pull a vote for move the government. We've been patient enough. That is the beauty of democracy. I know one mother view at the wait. I mean not to other government where they hide election date. 3-4 months ago I don't show the date. So if you want to pull mother view, 24th June, you know the date. Use that powerful weapon. You go to them. You don't need for can create this kind of mayhem. Make we all look everything we don't fight for. For make this country, we say one job say government anywhere in the world not the create job. Now small job no more than an administration. Small group of people that they know where they take. Now for provide the environment, peace, security, then other people there, other company there, whether local or international, where then they wait itself, then bank they all. Not to be the same people then they. Where they want, we bank open, they call people there. I want so, without Sabi do this, without Sabi do that. Where company come, mining company, I want this, then take. If we create this situation, like how we don't create, who say the job they come out? Now job they go. Job no they come. Now this some people they want for they do. And we, irrespective of we party leaning, we for stand up against this because when the plaba come, you in leadership not go able to escape them. And I don't want for avoid for talk about tribalism. Lately, big people them, na party don't begin point hand for them company other party them. As soon as all sit down here, one of the tribal heads there. We meet. Now God puts you in here. If you come on yourself, you go other side, they live with other people there. Whether they talk your language, you know they talk their language. When a way of life, where they eat cassava leaf, if they cook and cook. Then when they take that which they call it salad, now the raw one then they eat. They got potato leaf, then they wonder. Then get other things that when they eat. Now so the God make we. That we all get one thing when a common thing, when a humanity. You know, say where you take blade and cut me at the film. Why they take that blade there for cut other person? The only reason why this can happen in politics, but we don't make it simple. Come June, you have a right to express. If you want for go bien, you go bien. If you want for go before, you vote for that government where they go before. Where they think about you picking them. Where they cater for the human beings there. And I go tell when our chiefs there, we no go make progress. Now this world, we say we can find ourselves today. If book learning business not go before. Now book learning and be make them the core way the anthems of West Africa. where the Devinsinicus there, where they appear at the best universities, then they say, yes, now boy picking this. Now that nine they inspire me. I want for me Salome be a great nation. Not to by arms, for we get nuclear weapon, no. We nuclear weapon and we aid. They say Salome people then get sense. I want for make sure so we use that sense for project the better or best image of Salome. Now this we the faithful. Where will they go around this country? Billions will they pour into education. Now because we don't know, say, you cannot avoid it. I like them give we trillions with the poor inside here. In not the work. Past will be part of the world. And for be part of the world, you forget a certain type of level and quality of education. Some of we, they benefit from that. It's a small benefit. And that benefit when me see, now I say I go shape with everybody in a salon. For say the money, it's not easy. And for say we not stupid politician, we don't know say the result in they showing even in 10 years, we know. But like that partner house, where they go keep that money for the bambai, which with man call the rainy day, you must invest in the future. You know, go there no more. You buy, you pay your money every day. You go to put something aside for the future. So, me young politician, not to vote with the faithful. God don't give me luck before. I don't be head of state in this country. God don't give me luck. When I vote for me for the second time, I feel say where God points a hand by you to tell, if for no say you get something for give. They say they talk. But we know what's good for we. Nobody now not a small person. When another see me, they harass anybody, they put hand pan this person in your politics or this, in this or that or that. We they give with the open society. First thing, where you want to kill your company, just hang cool and aid or treason. We don't pull order in law then they. For make society free. So that them bad thing the way they do, where go make your company not go ever forget you with the pulling. That suppress, whether be the suppress, maybe this paper may not be this a right bottom. We don't change them, Lord, and they. Why will they do all of this? So today, we don't do so much. We don't make today saloon. We don't begin again a new life. Now that make where this happen, it just surprised everybody, especially in the international community. Why this they happen? What thing happen? And we all get responsibility for make sure say we point hand on the wrong people then. If good people they not do the right thing, now bad people then go prevail. That man they sit under. When I go tumble, when I go set fire there, when I kill, when I do this, when I overthrow the government, we all sit down quietly. We all know they talk. You always get wrong people that will go follow them. Where they follow them, where they can do all of this. Now we just sit down. Now we so tell you know even get and now you go die in the process. Look how many people then die. Look what happened to we image. Everybody wait for being can put money now then say they know they come first. Whether we will convince them again for come back, now God will know. We say the work they come out. Government know they create work. Government na small number of works they get. What you then call administration. The other one they all are the private sector. So waiting government in they do now for encourage, create an environment where the private sector they thrive. Before today, cooking oil with the importer. Today we know the export, we know the import cooking oil with the exporter. All kind of furniture. Pass we import them, but all the wood we get now, we they send the wood, they bring everything come back, we pay for it. Today, cooking oil, we know in fact I export with the exporter. We don't begin make butter, we don't begin make soap again. We don't begin make we own furniture. When this COVID come, people we all afraid, including me where they now. But because we don't go through Ebola before, we use your experience and make sure say COVID not affect we the way we don't affect other country there. Because we able to do that protection, a lot of people they don't even know say COVID killed millions of people around the world in the most advanced countries. Before it come, we don't lock border. When it reach now, we put in measures, we make it not rampage the population. Now so government, Papa government for do. Not for the past and boast and lie to your people there every day. We all know where Ebola Kanaya, what they been doing. So I think one of the reasons why we engage, we can no opportunity now the way I don't lost. Anytime where I go around, I go I sleep in a village, then we say place they say for sleep, and not can wait to say, but I sleep there. I say people then dinner. We explain all of this. Because not to the all able even the language of they talk. So we they go and sit on place. And we they explain all of this. So man still know this. It's still the common. You say a one change government. If na price the money you come away hala, the price don't come down. Not to be the buy fear, not to be the makeup. Not the digger in this country. I know the mines here in this country. So I like you can't cut me truth. I'm not gonna put the price down. I like you kill we owner, we're not able to put a price down. You go still live with the same price, if not higher after. But everything we go do for make sure say that price as the world young go down small, we say the brand can down small for salon. All the money they will forget. We don't cut everything. Government know they get better money again. Because the tax they all we don't cut them. Just for make sure say thing they not tranga for salon Monday. But still, we they still spend picking them with future. We all will future them. So we need for understand this and know say certain people then we as leaders we control them. We not support them. Sometimes then they for sit down and lock him out. A bad pass way they even support something. God, now we not leader, God they choose leader. Even if you want them, God no want them for you. You dey fit for some man don't fit for power, from where they born, then die, they not get them. Some of when they don't bring they can, we want maybe the your leader. Now God, they push them people there. So you get an obligation to society. When this happen, waiting are glad for, and the fact say, when I gather, when I go make statement, when I go on radio, that work they not for salon people, now for God self when I do them. Now leadership. And I want to say thank you and commend you. And I want to encourage you that for continue for that way you know say good, not hide for talk. God says will provide for you. Because that's na leadership. Not everything what they talk, people then get for happy for. Not everything what they do, people then get for happy for. But you know you ain't the leader. You get so much information. When I get so much experience in life, now all. So when you take a decision, you did not say this. Yes, it go on will, but not for the future. Not everything for sweet now. If you get from one and make sweet later, we they do them. Mr. Maybe they holler say the ground dry. I say make the ground dry now. But when I picking them go be people then we go benefit to now. You they pick and choose. Everybody, any picking, and I make with the big, when I send them go to school. Salomon gets sense. But that sense, in order to do nothing past you put education on that picking there. We don't go through so many. The war we don't come and go. Some of them picking the way I see come on the street, they don't know but why. They don't know. But we get big one the way they instigate them. We get bad one the way they instigate them. We for stand against them one then they will not for free. Because when the plaba come, some of them have been there inside house when not able to come out. Because we don't have leaders there. You don't even know. Don't go say this, not that. And you only take my pussy life and you say, now this, now they do this. Then they hang you. Then can tell them, I know they will not be happy. They are not glad. So, it's not enough for just keep quiet. We for take action. Any government way they for support her, for keep the peace. Democracy now the best form of governance around the world. When you're eating a democracy, Kenya they don't do the young. I like you beat the person by point something %. May that person they be the leader. That way we know say the majority. I like it small. We all go accept that. Rather than you say, oh, we are grab, I go come. Me as a big cause. We are cause them go run away. We are can a chap 2-3 man, they run away. Then days they don't pass. So we they investigate fully waiting don't happen. Because now we first responsibility down there for keep society safe. Why we they give the freedom for may you pass and do, may you get alafia, dance, not touch other person. If you dance safe, if they hurt other person, go dance other side. Now so society for day. Gladdy, now that we want. You make improvement, do things then we go make you and your family when I go before. Not to can't hurt other people then. We don't provide a lot of things then technical training. So Monday, where the hell I say not get job. You're not ready for the job because you're not get the training. I want to be a mechanic, I forgo for training. With the open then technical institute for many people then go there. So man not they even go there. Now job no more. The own job they want, you know. They say we want peace. I see some babo in the hala, we want peace. Mother be for go. But I see they enter police station, the teapot, rest, bike. You know, the peace now you don't disturb. You know, so it not make sense. So you see say most of the people there we then catch Bobo de Naya. Plenty. Not to say Bobo, not to even 18. You say them come out, they all come out. Come. If you say the able can Naya by their own, no. They go gather, picking them, can't put them in the street. Left there. Now the parents are in the fence. So we get a lot for do for keep the peace. Because peace is the only environment in which everybody go able pass and do. If you not get food, if you pass, you not get for run. Especially at your age, you not able run. At least you go able left the pass till you get your hand to mouth. So why I call on up on this engagement is, we see this violent, enough fever we. When I know how Salome been there before. This way happen, not fever we. And not to we. But we don't allow some bad people them for thrive. If I ever go to you and say kill or drink or take, go wait yourself, I tell the youth man there every day. I say the day one person they can say again which of the drink them for go do something or kush or anything. Make one person can raise in house say I go again say go cause or wound or fete. I get a clean heart for this country. A fete. Now God make a day alive. Plenty people me compete the way with these fetes together. They're not there alive. We fight for this country at all levels. Me are lucky. Some of we lucky. For they are alive. Some people don't die. We continue the same fight from the war front to this office. We will choose education not to bluff, not to for votes, now for every trade union. I go tell you now today we just down there we go for do. If we not do, we go suffer. Take as a nation. Now fet no more go depend. Who make them free? It's not free for we. We dey pay. We dey pay. So I really call una for engage una. What you wanna see last week? How wanna see them? And what you will go do for make sure so that kind of thing not be? How we go bring society together? When luckily, when all na different ethnic groups there, I'm really glad because the one thing we are doing here about. Now for me you grab you say this tribe here they're not better. We for kill them. Now you choose which tribe they come on. Luckily we get creative with the Toko or the Yeri. After that, if they put them together with another the Yeri, the other one they say. Now you teach yourself with that language? No. You were born into it. Now God they make that decision. This is the born Suso, this is the born Yalunka, this is the born Kroanko, Limba, Timini, Mende, or this or that. Why you go just hate the other one to the point that you want for destroy them? We get big people in our society today. Where they don't begin that talk then they and me know what's be happen in Rwanda where they kill nearly 1 million people. Now so it starts. Where you begin call one tribe and attribute bad things into them. Your followers then say begin. Where any problem starts, they say more go for this one. Now then this. That now another thing we don't start now this country. It don't start. Yeah, I'm sure so we're not the area. Now we responsibility for make sure say that's not continue. No tribe not go for common here. Big or small. Now here God puts we for land for live together. So, like I say, we get forget strong hand now. Anybody were involved by any of them things there, now we first responsibility for make sure say we secure society. And I go one way with the that fete, maybe saying I will all join hand for fete that fete day. Not a police fete, not a soldier man fete. Now we for fete for pull bad people there, where they give a bad name, where they make una, we all look bad. We don't begin change the image. We for continue for change them so that better go come. Plenty of people the way they read this, they say waiting happen. So the reason for this engagement now for me we see how what do you wanna feel about this? How we wanna see them? How we feel? How we wanna feel? Say we go able to change this situation because Mr. Sam not get all the solutions to this country. Me where I come, where I say education go up. Now one big one I make a take them. Now so then they make country. Food, health. If we get them 3 things and they sorted, you get where body you very full and you get something like aid, where you go now, you go overseas, so you able use that aid there for make money and for send money back now, and for even make the country. Now that me don't pay attention to. I not get plenty time. Now 5 years done so. I want to make sure so by the time I left, we left a solid foundation where any other government go build on. Make Salon go before, continue for go before. That we need for do as leaders. You know, we can start and beginner and finisher. America, they already make them for over 300 years. So I really want to have plenty thank you. When don't come, and I want to make when I talk with candor, when I talk honestly. Waiting, we all then a different part of society. We yes then they hear different things then. But this kind of way happen, in as much as I be the expect say protest go there, and not be feel say we go hate ourselves to that extent, and that we go forget the consequences of reaction for allow that kind of thing for happen. Bad people then they, and we need for work together for make sure say we control them people then one then they and take. On the part of government, we get for continue, but we need to know that make within a. So I go on for make we feel free for make that contribution. What you wanna think about what thing don't happen and how we will go forward. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, His Excellency. Like what His Excellency say, we go start for get reactions now, and we go call Chief S. Ogbeki, we are the chairman for Council of Tribal Heads, for make a own contribution.
Thank you very much, We Excellency. Mina Chief S. Ogbeki, the chairman for the Council of Tribal Heads. We don't listen carefully the concerns why if a break, sometime you medical or the important trip we been there on, for they come back to Sierra Leone. Like the Chief Minister say, he apologized on your behalf that is only now it meet the tribal heads. Indeed, here in the western area, the 16 tribal heads, now we get with people. When we want to see them, that through we bring with people then come. And we don't sit down, we appoint we as tribal heads. One of we key functions now for help the police for maintain law and order. When we're not blind to your activities, if you go in the provinces, if you go out and come, if we see the police, then they come on the air with certain group of people for say, no, we no go do this, we no go give permit, we no go give permit. Where at the end we feel say, it will bring chaos and we serve as tribal heads, we no go get rest, then make we serve. That clause where in our appointment for make we assist the police for maintain law and order in the western area, we come on board. Say yes. No, we go na SBS, the national radio, and then grant we the tea break and other interviews where we all talk now with different languages. Me talk to me Kono people. Una de na the western area. Me na una ambassador here. Na me they talk to una with the government, which in the happen. And no one for make us see anybody he say if they go out for join demonstration or what. So also my colleagues, they all talk not the different languages. And just about where we come out today, thank God, we've been get commendation from so many quarters. They say yes. Because if we sit down, like today, the president don't come back, he don't meet a crisis time like this, he say they call the tribal heads for make he want to see them. To God, some of us will for the claim this step, that's what we before the Butu we hate. But we came here proudly, Your Excellency, to see you that now part of we own responsibility of exercise here in the Western area with you people. And maybe with we intervention that few days there, relatively before they reach to the cotton tree, the security agencies, they don't take care of the one where they be one for come out. Take Olomble and beyond, we were very peaceful there, sir. The travelers in the Western area, we could tell you, sir, that the Ministry of Local Government, we Honorable Minister Tambalamina, the head, together with the deputy, and all other ministers where they don't come, because some of us done the 22 years in this capacity as travel heads, always don't accord the facilities for the whole, with conferences, at the hall, and they open their offices to us. That anything we pertaining to travel affairs, then they call we sit down, we engage with them. And I'm sure with your administration, then vacancies in the travel administration for create, say the travel head don't pass away, they want to take a successor. That has been very much running speedily. Than in the past, it could take 2, 3, 4, 5 years where so much conviction and talk about Chinkan in that tribe there. So we can assure you, sir, and we'll be not pass that message to we, Honorable Minister, Local Government, tell the part, thank you, we know to get that bottleneck. So therefore, as at today, you see, this is in tribal heads in the Western area sitting down before you. We prefer solutions to problems. As you, as fountain of honor, now we get first the one way we need. What you do? When the answer, then perhaps your office, you could prefer that your fountain of honor say, I'm sorry for you, I'm sorry for you. But as of now, we serve not going to be safe in the Western area if we not look to say, Uda and Uda don't do this. And most importantly, maybe the laws then, they are not being much, they are not being looked into it effectively. They don't labor for the first time in history when I don't bring the cybercrime law in Sierra Leone. Parliament don't approve. They left how would the user now judiciously, whether you did he talk something or he did London or he did where, how they continue they for be applicable. Otherwise, we are not safe. Otherwise, we are not safe. So when we say we want to find solutions and suggestions to that thing, we want the implementation of them laws then they make we know, would I do this, would I do this? Because as you have come, you don't mourn with the bereaved people, the security forces, and you people then innocently were then killed. So we said they join you, even though we don't want, let we mourn, make we say, we sorry, but they don't lost their life then. We cry was Tindia, price, Tindia, this not the Tindia. But if una they come for say, UAE they bring rice into this country, UAE they bring petrol, UAE they bring your bus, who don't make say, you go pay little tax. It is left now who that they manage the institution, they say, now so government say this for sale. Let that be, that false say, now so the thing for sale. But if una the grant, all the traders, they una the grant, all the thing, and then of course when the market comes, when the thing comes into the market now, the trader champion, they say I want big profit. Well, guys, your own consideration say, you, this good way they bring you for pay small thing, this, that. You know, so here we can say, we get with Ban Ki-moon, that we council, Chief Matujibayong, then we Secretary General, sometimes the chairman can talk small, then we say Ban Ki-moon talk all. So His Excellency, sir, he don't bring we resident minister or regional minister in the Western area. This we agree. And this short time we don't come, it don't hold meeting with the 16 tribes. They talk on now, they talk by, they talk it. Yes. They don't hold meeting with us. So that's to say, we there. We the move. But not forget we. Thank you very much, sir.
His Excellency, Dr. Retired Brigadier Julius Warning Madabio, and all protocols observed. First of all, on behalf of the Council of the Tribal Heads, want to say a very big thank you for affording we the opportunity for we meet with you today. That now we are the first people that way you they call. That don't show how much importance where you attach to the Council of Tribal Heads. Why? Because you come from chieftaincy. And one for welcome you again, for where you take the prompt action that you, not other father, where they sit back and say, my house they on fire, make the hot and bear me. You come immediately for make you put the house in order. One for say a very big thank you to all the one that will facilitate your movement, your swift movement from London to here. One for say a very big thank you to them. That come where you come on Wednesday, it saved this nation a lot. In the first place, we as the Council of Tribal Heads, want for say we condemn in totality of what happened that day. We condemn them today and we go continue for condemn them forever and ever. We condemn them. And we don't only condemn them now, but we as the Council of Tribal Heads, thank God that most there, he go attest to that for say, now we are the first group where all the 16 tribal heads then go na SLBC on that Friday. For let we go tell we people them for say for me they no go come out at all, me they no go take any part inside the morning coffee, and also we use. And we get a lot of commendation from all over Sierra Leone. Then they call we and for tell we thanks. Even though when we come out there, we be some of we phones them in the call we, then they call we. But that now make you for be a leader. They're in sympathy, this Council of Tribal Heads. We they in sympathy with you, His Excellency, that you come at a time when you meet hardship and you meet difficulty, but with all that, you're able to stand the test of time and you're able to save this nation. You come at the time when this country was handed over to you under austerity, what does it mean? The country was in abject poverty. But amidst all that, up to this time, you are paying salary without taking any overdraft. One for say a very big thank you. But even though when you meet the country under austerity, you say, I will make this nation for be a great nation. And what you go make a country for be a great nation? Now only when that country is enlightened. And what you go make the country go be enlightened? Now when that country is educated. Today, Britain and America and all the other nations, we they admire them. They don't get gold, they don't get diamond, they don't get nothing. But where they get? Now knowledge. And knowledge is what? It's weapon. It can bring anything to you. That you have done for this nation. And one for say a very big thank you for that. We're in sympathy with you, His Excellency. Because you come at a time when you mean so much for this country. But immediately when you they come, under austerity, COVID-19 catch you on the way. After COVID-19, but waiting what you do for we for the COVID-19 for save the lives of we people them. The immediate step where you take for close all the borders. Today, the death rate of Sierra Leone inside COVID-19 is the least in the whole of the world. One for say a very big thank you for that. You take a very swift measure for put them under control. Whilst all the advanced countries, Britain, America, and other countries, they were dying in thousands. When in here, we are dying like 4 or 5. Why? Not because of your swift actions and where you take. One for say a very big thank you. We continue to say thank you, thank you, thank you. But the more thanks we want for say, even though when this country been there under austerity, you say your flagship program, free education, I go must bring and come, and you bring and come, and today you are paying for over 2 million children in this country. Every household is benefiting from that. That no leader has ever done it before, even in Africa. Africa, you have set the pace, you have set a novelty where other people then they copy you. And today, your name is a household name in the whole of Africa when it comes in the area of education. You have done a lot. And we will continue for the condemn whatever happened, Naya. But His Excellency, we get for profile suggestions, etc., etc. But certain suggestions, and we go put them on paper, we go pass them to we Minister of Local Government, where it don't work so hard for make it go set that ministry to whose way it is today. For the very first time, all the tribal heads and all of the sub-chiefs, they don't create a database for we, and then at a point, we gonna know every corner, every nook and corner of this western area, whose way we look at chiefs then they. But more so, want for appeal to you for making not leave any stone unturned in the area of the investigation of this thing. Leave no stone unturned. Go to the depth. Go to the depth of it. Because they want for test you, and when they want for test you, tell them for say, yes, I am the president and I will provide the leadership for this country. It is too much. Since where you don't come, where you don't sit down, every day. No country, not there, not the whole world where they provide everything for everybody. No, you get for go work before you go eat. But if you say you sit down for make government bring rest come inside plate for you, No government will ever do it. And when we go to SFBC on Friday, where we they condemn this protest and talk to we people them, when we been the talk, we say we as tribal heads, the council of tribal heads, want to see the leader, because you cannot dialogue in a vacuum. Who is the leader of this protest or demonstration? Up to this time, as we are seated here, we don't know the leader. So who do we actually engage? Let the leader come forward. We as council of tribal heads, we are prepared to meet with that leader and engage him and talk with him. But up to this time, as we are seated here, we don't know who is the leader. And until we know who is the leader, we're not going able for dialogue. Now, where you don't come as president, which way you don't do, for over 30, 40 years before other presidents, they come, then say, then they pull this libel act, this libel law. Now we boost them. Presidents, they don't come, then don't go. Now you're not the only president. We come. You wasted no time for take the libel from the libel act. You don't give every journalist the freedom for make them go practice. What else can you do for this nation? What else? What else? You have done so much. And one for also thank you, and even the Minister of Education, for where he alleviate the problem and the poverty from we poor people them. First time, billions been they go when NPSC result come out. Parents then they go for make them go na cafes them for make them go know the result of them picking them. For buys scratch card 40, 50,000. That is no more. One for say a very big thank you. And even last month, the Minister of Education, he engaged with. He say we for help now so for the monitor some of the schools them, and we are prepared for make we go even play that part. And one for the engage for make we go they talk to we people them. But if we they go now, then radio stations make them go they give we the chance and the airtime. One for say we prepare for the go now then radio stations. But anytime so where we go there, if we are not covered, if they're not giving the airspace, how can we disseminate then informations and they? So we are made them they give it time. But the Minister of Local Government, with all of his staff, the Deputy Minister, want to say a very big thank you to them because they don't do so much. And even now, we're now lucky in this Western area as tribal heads that we got two ministers then, that the Minister of Local Government and the Minister of the Western Region, we can engage any one of them at any time, and then doors them open to we at any time, and then always they engage with one for say a very big thank you to winner. But and one for say a very big thank you, make no go sit down without I not say so. We know one for talker. Now you're not the only leader we don't come. We don't give the tribal heads and something. Where then go boast of now that then go able for buy a bag of rice. Before, we not go even able for buy a pint of Coke, which what you will be get per month. Thank you very much for that. Today, under this train, His Excellency, some of we colleagues then come Pantap Keke, Pantap Okada, 1, 2, pad, 9 that sir. No, forget we, sir. And I can tell you, sir, we're not a paramount chiefs. We are not paramount chiefs. And we very much take cognizance of that for saying we're not a paramount chief. But at the same time, we are tribal heads. And we they carry a lot of people them in this Western area. Every tribal head, definitely, if you take the Mende population in the western area, is even over 3 or 4 paramount chiefdoms in the provinces. If you take the fuller population, now the western area, it passed 2 chiefdoms now the provinces. We not to paramount chiefs, and we never be paramount chiefs, because they may not put that nomenclature upon we. When the Europeans then come, they meet the kings and queens here. But today we are tribal heads. Dusa, we are very much happy. And once more again, I want to say a thank you for where you give me the first recognition, the national award that you give me, the MOR, and I look forward for make you go also extend that to some of my colleagues in the western area.
Thank you very much.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, His Excellency.
Thank you very much.
A lot of things.
Thank you very much, Chief Becky, who is the chairman, and also Chief Young, who is the secretary. Now we go just get short comments from the ministers them way now that they oversee. We start with the Minister of Local Government.
Thank you.
Excellency, Chief Minister, colleague ministers, and all other protocols observed, including we tribal headman for Western Region. Today, obviously, we camp a very solemnly with His Excellency the President after the 10th of August incident. We as a ministry know say His Excellency don't engage a lot of local leaders. All the chiefdom the whole don't go. His Excellency they engage paramount chiefs, sub chiefs, and also tribal heads. Now most of the district they all they go. So Hechi, if anybody they talk say you know they talk, of course we no one listen. Because if they do the talking, all side where they go. And when they talk, you know they only talk for that locality, they share knowledge, the experience, and what they happen at the country, all side. And then they always say, freedom not to saloon. This country is big. So anytime where His Excellency they talk to people then. We in the local government believe say all man policy in the nation as well, because the message where they give not only for that locality today, but for all sides. We as a ministry we don't work very hard, and of course we don't see waiting the tribal heads that don't demonstrate there today. We will roll and will continue to work with them for maintain peace, stability, and development. As a ministry, HE, that people always see so calm. Yes, there may be a function, but 6 vacancies there may be. And usually, historically, in the country, where come and tribal in my election, and Bokuku's casting day. We work behind the scenes with the Council of Tribal Headman, especially the Aki and the Popo. We say Ravana Bakimu or Chief Deputy and Chief Young. We work with them for consult who said the vacancy every day. And in the end, before the ministry actually recommend whether Your Excellency for actually appoint as tribal headman, that then people have to do the background work and engage the community. And that level of engagement there, and the spirit that we want to continue with. Of course, Chief Young don't talk we get a database of not only the tribal headman the way they, but also the sub chiefs there, and then contacts them, and how they will continue to link up with them. We will play a critical role in resolving conflicts, and we believe that tribal headman they're not only there for the tribe. They're there that they represent their tribe, but we don't make them work together so much that, let us say, if the Liba tribal headman, the resident are lonely, if something happen with Mende people then, they get right for actually sit down on that issue for resolve, and where referral necessary, they will refer that situation there to the Mende tribal headman. Now that kind of work they will want for let them continue for do. We as a ministry want for appeal to the tribal headman. Una raise una voice now una communities. Because una voice is powerful and una outreach also very powerful. Una get very strong network. We want to continue for spread the message, not only when they ask, but all the time for let that message go to the una community them and to una ethnic groups them. We want to tell una plenty thank you for the initiative. Of course, we are not discuss that they say. Past today when I come, now when they tell me say that to do straight away initiative for go to SLBC for go condemn this heinous act will happen on the 10th of August. I want to tell una plenty thank you. I also want to tell the colleague minister now, Minister of Western Areas, plenty thank you for the engagement there where they continue for doing now. Because the ministry broad. In where they are in region, of course, we will continue to make that engagement day. And sometimes the engagement will be more probably watertight than we will be happy. His Excellency, when they talk, say, for who of you company, who now be the military, and don't pass, and don't leave for seat today. You see, God will do everything for a reason. God keep you for let you shine light on this country. And that's exactly how you do. We as a ministry continue for make sure say the vision what you want to actualize for this country, we will put track on around to the administrative center. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, sir, Chief Minister, colleague ministers, and the esteemed tribal heads then. I want to tell una say thank you. I want to welcome una as well to this State House. I want to tell una plenty thank you for where una kanaya at short notice una answer to the call of beyond Dadinaya. Your Excellency, sir, them people they will be big papa them, big mama them. They don't engage with me for a very long time, sir. They don't express their desire or get involved in the actual development of this country, sir. When we meet in March, earlier on this year, they expressed to me say they will put themselves at our disposal for ensure that peace and national cohesion reign inside this country. Your Excellency, sir, I want to tell them thank you. I also want to tell you, sir, plenty thank you, sir, for the way you give me the opportunity for create this linkage with them. As you don't always they tell me, say engagement and inclusion, now in the approach where you they take to governance. So we don't take this approach to the people then and then them don't respond appropriately, or say they will continue or put hand under your leadership as you as the democratically elected president of this country. They will continue to support all the interventions we aim at development for we all, sir. Your Excellency, sir, you will not the talk say we for continue for the talk to them people there. And any opportunity where we get, we will engage with the council. And then they also contact them, sub-chiefs then and the communities, where we be able to enter the community there, for share valuable knowledge with the people there. Your Excellency, sir, we want to commit Naya again, say, as a ministry, we will continue to hold their engagement there. We will continue to partner with the Council of Tribal Heads, but then we continue to speak to the people there for ensure that peace and national cohesion reign as you don't put them before we, sir. Your Excellency, sir, as I conclude, I also want to tell my colleague, thank you very much for the support where you don't give me. Because as he said, we can focus more, especially on the Western region, for ensure that their side and where they're not able to reach, we they reach to all them partners there. We, the tribal heads, we, bike riders, we, any other facets, sir. We they partner with all of their different stakeholders for them we enter into the communities, for spread the message where you don't give me and for continue for do the work. So I want to tell you plenty thank you, sir. I also want to say thank you again to the Council of Tribal Heads and for assurance that we will continue this level of engagement at all levels. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. At this point, I will just call the Chief Minister for just to summarize, which we will discuss before the President do the closing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sandy. Well, like I will be saying, we not call una normal for level can tell una which will fail. We also call una for get ideas from una. Because they pass say una need for give some ideas. If they don't know we good one, then we all agree say the chairman and secretary talk to me as to the key things. If any other issue they would have one bring later, I can bring that in the office. We go to try to factor this into a bigger program. So one of the things that we agreed on here that the people that we involved by this team will do full investigation and bring them to justice. Because so, the court say more bring them to books. Also, let the law take its course. The second one, when I believe say the Cybercrime Act is not being fully implemented, that will implement that. Also, that's good. Then when I also talk say for athletic hardship for pay more attention to price monitoring and regulation. Also, because when I feel say people who don't put taxes and commodity people they will just say the price no more. No, so but I also agree say who not say can be ambassadors if we will take care of Nigeria time and radio and television. No, so then finally we all not agree we're not too related to this peace process that's in the Thank you very much. So I have 5 key points and they will get. So to the chairman and the secretary, if I get any new ideas, please, we are not feel free for being in our office, yeah? We collect them together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Chief Minister. Now, I know President now invite you, so now go do the closing remarks for make just sum up for make the end the meeting. Your Excellency, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. One for saying thank you to all for accept for come readily, and one for commending and for the bold action we have been taking, proactive action, where most other groups remain quiet and silent at the very critical time when I go on radio and talk, and that is what leadership is about. I will encourage you now for always do that, engage through the ministry, the ministry for tell we anything. We will not feel say no they go where, we will not feel say we can able handle them. The other thing we besides the one that we the Chief Minister don't talk about, we talk about I think Chief Bekina, the one concerning the prices. You know, we get for be fair, the price of things, they plenty in the way they are program. You know, we now one part number we can do. We make sure say that there are services and other things there. Government for make get money, we not to print to the printer, we the generator from revenue. The one that would put per day essential food commodity there, who will pull them. Which we don't happen at the world again, what they call supply chain disruption. If you ask the one way they do business, that thing where they be the face for one container where they be the face on 4,000, they don't go to 12, 13,000. So even when we don't pull that tax over the put for now, when the person face and come, by the time you don't pay for the container, you pay for the one. Wait till the car in 2 months, you know the car again, I'll take past 5 months, if you put for it, if you get them. Then when you reach now, the price, if the government don't take everything out, it's still not able to go down. So it can look like, say, now the businessman then. But when you compare with your price there to other West African countries, then why would they compare to West Africa? Because a similar distance, you know, and they do it now in the neighborhood. So, I want to make one say everything we need for do, all that thing the way they do. They businessmen, they drag them every day. Sometimes they make them a loss. For people they say no more. This time when the price go down for petrol, they don't already buy the petrol at a high price.
There be need for seller at that high price, say them stock them down before we go allow them for sale at a lower price. But we say no, we're not selling for make sacrifice. So I just want that clarity. Plenty things they will don't come inside. You know, the war now, Ukraine, the waiting for supply, change disruptions, the freight just go high. You want to know the reason they know to the top. So even when we don't do all of that, we don't push it now, we don't pull everything we able to get, it still they remain high. And someday when you compare them to waiting they happen in West Africa, whatever, we are better. So I just want for assurance and say, we not left any stone unturned for make sure so we protect and pushing the effects of the disruption on we young people there. So I want to tell them plenty thank you. I'm glad you will not come and may we stay in touch. Now we don't establish the link also. I know say when I've done the grown with too much. You see. And say, when I say, when I can, I make them turn the ear content high. When I don't begin free cool, Say that so they can do that. They turn the next time, you know, I say, I know they can pass away me just because. But we don't turn the ear content, I don't know so. Okay, Salona, we own. Nobody not going to come make up for you. When I say anyway, it's one come, no. Now we get from make up. We get the authority, we get the moral authority, and we for stay tuned at all times. That's the way bad, no call them bad. Say this is bad, not one. I like you know my brother, you know my uncle. That's the way good, no supporter. I like it in any color. It's good for this country, we all will benefit from it. I tell them that plenty, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency the President. At this point now we go advise the media man then for make them go off the live TV because we don't come to the end because I want to do short announcement.